What's cracking, YouTube? I am working on the Versa today. I was gonna work on the Pig. I gotta replace the steering rack in that thing. It's got a leak right at the steering rod coming down, just on this, right where it goes into the steering rack. And I can see the seal, but the nut that holds the seal is a heptagon nut. It's 7-sided. Of course, Nissan, yes, you would do that. So I figure if that seal's going, the rest are soon to follow. 183,000 miles, so it is due for another rack, and I'll do a video on that. But anyways, after much crying and cussing and sweating and just all out enragement, I'm done with that. I'm not gonna mess with it. So today on this one, we've got a pulley tensioner hiding down in there somewhere. Oh my son, right there, that guy. Low idle, it's just bouncing like crazy, and the bearing in the pulley, it can move. So, and the belt's got cracks all in it. We're gonna do a belt and tensioner replacement today. And it's pretty tight up in there, so what I'm gonna do is get the old jack, and wherever the heck my stand is, oh there it is right there. We want to set this dude up, probably get the wheel well pulled out, that way I can see what's going on under there. Also drill some holes and zip tie this back in place because I hit some blocks and kind of ripped it apart, and now it's nice and fugly. So let's get this jacked up, get the wheel off, and see what we're dealing with. Alright, liner's out. About 6,000 clips later, it seems like. Pile of them there. Had to take that little guy off too. And I'm missing like 3 of them because they were just gone, which is typical. So now we can kind of see tensioner right there. You see the condition of my belt. It's got a lot of splits and cracks in it, so I'll figure out the next step and let you know. Alright, so we're underneath it here, and it looks to me 14 millimeter little hex head right on the end of that. And I just pull down on it and it loosens up the belt. Of course I need a second hand, but so you can do that, pull the belt off. Just remember the route. It's squeeze it around. I have no idea how I'm gonna get that tensioner off, so we'll figure that out in a few minutes. Sit rep. Had to remove the alternator. I took the terminal off first. Got the one nut on the back connector here. You got to loosen these up. 13 millimeter. Well, they changed from, I got 12 and 14 and now 13. Come on, guys. Anyways, so you unloosen both of these, and I used a ratchet wrench. And you get them out so far, and then you got to pull it, and they got to pass through these notches right here. There's one there and there's one down here. Kind of a pain, to be honest with you. So now what I'm going to do is, because I can't see any way in heck to get a Torx wrench between the frame here and that pulley to get that off. So what I'm going to try to do is just pull the actual pulley off right here, and it's pretty loose, but there's a bolt right behind it that's probably, feels like a 12, but I'll get my wrench on it and see if I can get it out. Well, F Satan with a rusty spoon. I got the bolt out, but the stupid pulley, can't get it out, simply because there's that little nubbin sticking out that the bolt threads into that will not allow the pulley to come out. And this thing's on its tab right here, so it will not come back this way anymore. It won't come towards me, so guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna drill me a hole through here so I can get access to that bolt, because I don't give a rip. The front starts to bend off, just don't care. So that's the next step. Success. I don't know if you can see it or not. It's right back there. Oh, and this guy? Yeah, don't worry about that little guy. But it's back there. Now let's see if she'll come off. Hell yeah, brother. She's out. So that bolt just pulled straight on out of that hole. And it is a T... Well, if I get it turned around here. Oh God, where am I? Oh, there. It's T47 Torx. What it took. She's off. This thing is like, probably can't see it on camera, but it's got some play. Definitely wiggly. Yeah. So I'm gonna go see if I can run those parts down, and I shall return. Okie dokie. So I'm back. I got the belt. This is what I got from AutoZone. I would suggest getting another brand. I've already put mine on, but the new one does not have this little extended hex nut molded into it at the end, which makes it very convenient to untension and retension. No. They thought it was wise. I don't know if you can see it or not. Let's see, where are we? Let me try and scope down in here. Right on the, right there. There's a 1/2 inch socket insert. There's a big issue with that. There's no room to put a socket head in that. I've got a breaker bar, it does not fit. So, flawed design? Definitely. So I quickly put together a crude tool with a nut, 1/2 inch nut on the end. I'll fit it in there. Right. I'll have to like put a big white yellow letters on it that says Versa tool, so I know what the heck that is. You probably won't have that stuff laying around. Plus I had a welder here I could put that together with. So I suggest getting another brand, getting one that has an easier, well, kind of like the stock one, or get another stock one. Though it'll probably cost you $100-something for a stock one. But they don't sell that pulley separate. At least AutoZone didn't. Maybe somebody else does. But the tensioner of the whole assembly. So we are at the point where I've got the belt looped around. I just gotta untension it, put it in place, and walk her back. Okay. Put back together. Had to fight that trash. Those inner linings are ridiculous. Needed, but ridiculous. So that's all on. All I gotta do is hook my battery terminal back up and put this beautiful decorative cover back over my awesome high horsepower 4-cylinder engine here. And then start it up and make sure the belt just doesn't fly off and fling away like a rubber band. So that concludes this mess. And yes, I had a bit of a boo-boo. I had my welding helmet on, didn't realize my roll-up door wasn't all the way up. Full force smacked straight into it, cut my head right up. That was associated with a whole bunch of cuss words and throwing of things, but we got it. We're done. If you're going to replace the alternator, I mean, pretty dang, somewhat simple, but it's kind of along the same lines with untensioning and taking those 2 bolts out with the slots and all that stuff. So have at it. If you need to do this, good luck. Get a different brand. Don't get the Duracrap. It's just not worth it. All right, have a good one.